up, gang? How's it going? It's the final render here, coming at you with a very special live stream. This is stream 49, I believe, of the Diamond City build. 49! And it is now time to finally start working on the NPCs of this place, because it's obviously taken 49 episodes, and a little bit longer, sometimes off stream, to actually build this city. But obviously, a city with no people isn't a very nice place, so we are going to have to populate the entire city with people to make it look like a vibrant, bustling place which everybody will want to live in. But I don't know how long that's going to take. I've never made this quantity of NPCs before. And we've also got some other things we'll need to do, like we'll have to go ahead and build some merchants for these shops, for example. And also, I want to have little lore terminals and stuff like that around, and little notes. And all of this is going to take a lot of time, and I think it's going to be really exciting. And obviously, as you guys know, we have wanted to do this for a very long time, and it's only been with you guys' support that we've been able to make it to episode 49, so we can actually get to this stage. So that's pretty darn awesome. Alright, so what is everyone saying? Let's go ahead and read some of the chat. Oliver Roberts Jones says, "Tunnel snakes rule." I need a shirt that says that, don't I? I'm sure you could probably get the actual leather jackets which say it. Gaming Leak says, "Hey Render, how are we?" Not bad, I'm actually doing alright, thank you. A little bit hot, but hey, that's just what people tell me. I'm alright, hey! I'm alright. Yeah, I thought so. We have also got Abby Watkins saying, "Hello, Render." Hello there, Abby. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming out. What else have we got? We've also got Zero Nightmare saying, "Whoop whoop." Indeed. I hope he's not calling me a whoop whoop. That's very old racist stuff, that is. Abby Watkins says, "Wow, we can actually hear the music." Well, that's good. We don't want people to not hear the music. A song which is not heard is not a song at all. It is just noise. But we have also got some other people saying, like Gareth Hole saying, "Sup, how are you all?" I'm doing alright, I hope you're okay too. Mr. Hole, Freddy Hole, and Freddy Fazbird saying, "Yee," and Professor Pugcraft saying, "Make a pug man." Make a pug man? What do you mean, like a person with a really scrunched up face, or do you mean like a man-sized pug? Both are pretty horrific, if I'm completely honest, but it'll be all good. Okay, so one thing I do want to kind of preface is that I actually have kind of experimented with building NPCs and making custom NPCs in the last few days, because as you know, I haven't really done it before. I have imported NPCs and stuff like that, but I've never really tried to make my own, so to speak. And here, on these little markers which say M, these are the new guards for the Upper Diamond City, and they're exactly the same as the Lower Diamond City guards, except they've actually got better weapons. They've got assault rifles and stuff, rather than the pipe rifles. So I've got two here on the main gates, and we have also got one guard on each of the towers, and you can see them up there. They can't actually leave, because there's no way to program them to make them leave. So they're just stuck there, guarding the towers forever and ever. And I wanted to go ahead and give them more powerful guns, because I thought that would be a nice divide. You know, the guys in the Lower Diamond City, they have, you know, like pipe pistols and stuff like that, and pipe rifles. Whereas I wanted these guys to have a bit more budget for their guards, so therefore they've got assault rifles. But their actual uniforms is pretty much the same, which is cool. And I actually did go ahead and make some custom NPCs in our Church of Atom, and we need to go ahead and add a few more. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. We're going to go ahead and jump in there. And as I said, I made... How many did I make? I made 4, I believe. We just need to basically drag and drop a few, change some of their faces and stuff like that. So we'll do this now, just to kind of illustrate to you guys how this is going to work. And then we can go ahead and make some new custom ones. We could probably go ahead and do some of the ones in the bar and stuff. I think that would be good. Or maybe we'll just go straight to the street. I think that would be good. Alright. So we've got these NPCs here. We have got a woman right here, and we've got 2 men back there, along with, I think there's another bloke up here. Yeah, there's a bloke with a beard up here. Yep, indeed there is. And I've learned that actually making custom NPCs to exact specifications is actually quite difficult, because it doesn't really show you what they look like until you jump in game. It tries to show you in the creator kit, but it doesn't really do a very good job. It kind of only half shows you the result, so is what it is. But maybe we can go ahead and get some more custom designs today. Alright, so we've got 3 men in here, so let's go ahead and make a new custom woman. And I've gone ahead and made some custom ones already, as you know. So Child of Atom, I called them. Child of Atom. So Child of Atom 2, I believe, is the woman. Let me just go ahead and double check this. That is actually the man. Okay, the Child of Atom 1, maybe. When it actually loads, that is. So yeah. How have you all been? Yep, Child of Atom 1 is our woman. Okay, so what we're going to do, we are going to actually reopen it again. What am I doing? We're going to open this, change the name to Child of Atom 5. That way it's we're not overwriting the other one. We'll do that right now, in fact. Number 5. And now we can go ahead and make some subtle differences to their appearance and stuff. Now, there are some nice things I've learned about making NPCs, like you can change their voice types. But unfortunately for the female children of Atom, they've only got one set of voice lines, whereas the men have 2 each. So, that's a shame. You'll obviously get different voice actors. You would have to go ahead and record more voice actors if you wanted more voices. I guess I only recorded 1 person for the female children of Atom lines. But some other things I wanted to do, I originally wanted to give them all hard helmets, but for some reason that made their hands disappear, which is very bizarre, I know. But to go ahead and actually change their appearances, we can go into the character generation parts right here, where we can change some of the other things about them. Like we can give them facial hair if we want to. Can we even give the women facial hair? It looks like we actually might be able to. Or at least change the colour. Anyway, so let's change this woman's hair just to make her look different. We'll give her platinum blonde. This one's already a blonde, isn't she? So let's go ahead and make her, let's give her black hair. Warm black this one is. And again, it's meant to update in this window here. But it just never does. I don't know why. I just don't understand it. And we've also got different hairstyles right here. So the other one I believe is set to default hair 1. So why don't we try 25 maybe? I don't know if there's a trick to going ahead and making it update. Ah, maybe you just go ahead and click on the head. And then that will do that. But I don't want to have short hair like that. I've already got another NPC which has that exact hair upstairs. So change it to number 12 maybe, see what happens. Yep, that'll do just fine. We've got a new NPC there with different hair. It's kind of like in a top bun right there. It looks quite nice actually. And we can change some of their faces and stuff as well. I want to go ahead and change the lips because on the last one I kind of made the chin a bit more forward, you know, kind of like a bit of an underbite. But I don't want to have that for the same person, otherwise people will just say, looks exactly the same, just with different hair. And to tell you the truth, a lot of characters in Fallout are like that. They just change the hairstyle and that looks different enough. But I don't necessarily want that here. We need to go to... Is it the jaw or the mouth? It is the mouth, I believe. Change the preset to, I don't know, let's have pout 1. Rather than a 4, 5. There we go, we've got pout 1. She's doing like the duck face. She's like... You know that whole crazy thing that took Facebook by storm? Isn't that fun? Maya, the YouTuber user Maya, says, Final Render, can you please call someone Chris, if that's alright with you? Well, here's the next thing, which I obviously wanted to talk about. Something I've always promised throughout this entire project is that if you are a YouTube member, or a sponsor, as they used to be called, or a $5 up patron, you get an NPC named after you. So if you want to have an NPC named after you, or named after someone you know, for example, then you need to be a $5 and up patron or a YouTube sponsor. And I think that's a fair way to do it, because the money helps me grow the channel, and it actually kind of makes it a bit easier, rather than having a few hundred people saying, make this, I will have, well no, hundreds would be nice, but you know what I'm saying, trying to moderate it a little bit. So if you want to go ahead and have an NPC named after you, please consider becoming a $5 and up patron, or becoming a YouTube member. And then we can go ahead and add you into here. Alright, so I'm going to put this woman on the second story here. And as you guys remember, the Children of Atom video, it was actually quite a nice little build video actually. It was quite short, we lost a bit of footage, but this actual place looks really nice. And I did actually take some of your feedback. Some people were saying they really wanted to have the rocket emit radiation. And it makes no sense, scientifically speaking, for that. But people were saying we want it. So therefore, I did make it so that the rocket does emit radiation. When you go near it, see these orange lines? But it's like less than 1 rad a second. So the Geiger counter still goes off, but it's not dangerous to be inside. What was the other thing people wanted to see? There was something else as well, but I honestly forget what it was I did to this place. I think it was a couple more effects people said would be cool. But anyways, that's all added in there. So what else are people saying though? Jonah Bergson says, hi, hello there, nice to see ya. Lone Ranger says, Peddler Death by Bandit. I love just tuning into people's random conversations. And I have no idea what's going on. TC Games says, dang, missed 13 minutes. Don't worry, buddy. We only actually started streaming about 8 minutes ago. So technically you only missed 8 minutes, which is fantastic. It's nice to know, right? Nice to know. Jamie Honeybell says, cannot wait to see my NPC. Jamie is a patron of $5, so yes. And it's going to be pretty cool to see that kind of stuff. And one thing I do want to kind of preface about making the custom NPCs for people is I'm not going to spend ages doing all the different customizations for people, you know? You can request some things like, I want them to wear this kind of outfit and roughly look like this, you know, like short black hair or something. But if someone says, I want you to make my ears a little bit bigger, change my eye color, maybe change my lips, it's like, no, we do have a time limit here, you know? So you can make subtle requests, but I'm not going to go into depth to exactly customize everyone, because otherwise we'll just be here all day. I hope you understand that. I hope you understand that, because I don't want to sound like I'm coming off as rude or lazy by saying something like that, but we will just be here too long if we spend so much time doing individual customizations on every part of the character, you know? So, we've got 2 up here, and we can have, I guess, we'll have 2 more up here. We'll have 2 more. So, we'll make another woman. Why not? Let's go ahead and edit this one. And these are actually different NPCs to the other Children of Atom, so therefore you won't find these specific characters anywhere else in the game, which is good, because you obviously don't want them to overlap with other people and things. Okay, so we'll call it number 6. And again, most obvious thing, change the hair. Let's have auburn. We'll have an auburn hairstyle. And for the actual hair, we will have hair number 5. What does hair number 5 look like? That's a little kind of scraggy ponytail. Okay, we'll have that. And for a little bit on the face. You can change all the individual characteristics and stuff right here, you know, like eyebrow position, width, rotation and stuff. But something I found which is quite easy is that there's a bunch of presets and things in here. So what I can do for the eyes, I can say do, I don't know, rested 5. Rested 5 is the eyes we are going to have. And for some reason it always has the lighting engine toggled onto the max in this preview window. And I hate that. Can we turn it off in here, actually? Can we turn it off in here, actually? There's a preview. No, we can't. Okay, that's a shame. Because, you know, it has the light right on people's faces. It makes a huge shadow and it's hard to actually customize them. We could also do things like add lipstick and add, like, face grime and things, which is pretty cool. You actually can do quite a lot, but as I said, it doesn't make it easy. Alright, so go back to the character gen morphs. We will have, maybe change the ears or something like that. Again, just try to make them look a little bit different to each other. Forehead. I don't know, we'll have a smooth forehead. Why not? We'll have a smooth one. And a nose. I don't know. Give her a large nose. Because large noses are way funnier than small noses. I don't know what it is. Yep. It's not that big. It's a bit rounded. But anyway, there is another NPC right there. Create new form, yes please. And drag this one into the world. Boom. Job done, right? Job done. What else are people saying? Go ahead and read some of these. Lone Ranger says his body vanished. Oh, did someone's body vanish? Yeah, they sometimes do that actually when you are in the creation kit. Sometimes when you're just an NPC, their bodies just vanish. But they haven't actually vanished. They're still there, you know? Gaius Julius Caesar says rocket that uses nuclear fuel with half-life most likely expands past 210 years in the Fallout universe, like every other object ever. That's not scientifically accurate. Something I said in the last video is that for this entire design of having a ICBM be the fuel generator, I didn't care if it was scientifically inaccurate, I just thought it was a cool idea. And you know, sometimes you shouldn't let actual science interrupt a cool idea. So that's what I've done. Most of the stuff is actually quite believable in this city. Like all the buildings do have a water piping system, which does lead back to the purification system, and it does kind of loop. You know, it's kind of like a PC water cooling loop. Everything goes back to the main center. But this is an idea I've had for a while, and I just loved it. I loved it, and I had to do it. Right, let's make another man this time. This will be number 7. And unfortunately, the Children of Atom only really have one set of clothing. Everything else just looks like regular clothes. You can give them like scraggy clothes. But they've only really got one set of clothing. Unless I'm doing something slightly wrong. I'm probably doing something wrong. I tend to do things wrong. But let's go ahead and have hair male 4. Why not? Again, so many of these hairstyles just look exactly the same as each other. Am I going crazy, or do we all have this kind of half afro? That guy's just bald. Alright, we'll just have a bald guy. Why not? Hey, some people are bald. Although don't think you're cool by shaving your hair when you don't need to make you look tough. Just wait a while. That's what most people do to go bald. That was a George Carlin joke right there. We'll give him a wrinkled forehead. Give him a wrinkled forehead. Make him look like he's in a really bad mood. Have you guys seen that video clip of Joaquin Phoenix's head upside down in the movie? Is it just called Her, the movie? But it looks like a smiley face that's grinning and blinking. It's very bizarre. Handsome Nose 3. Alright. We'll give him Handsome Nose number 3. That is the most handsome nose I've ever seen. Who on earth names these things? I don't know. And for a chin, there aren't any chin presets, my god. We'll give him Firm 4. Firm 4 is definitely my favorite lips right there. So there's our next child of Atom. Right there. Number 7. There we go. Child of Atom in place. Job done. So what else are people saying though? I need to go ahead and check the chat here. Let's go ahead and read some of these. The Donkey Gamer says you should make the leader of them a priest and named him Priest. Well, I don't actually know what to do about that because I believe it was Counter Pringles actually requested he wanted to have a named character in here. So we might actually go ahead and make Counter Pringles, who is actually a Patreon member. Oh no, YouTube sponsor, sorry. Be named NPC in here. Okay, and Professor Pugcraft says, looks like a pug. Well, if you say so. I mean, I don't think he looks exactly like a pug. I don't like pugs myself. Yeah, I think they're a bit overrated, you know what I mean? A wee bit overrated. And let's go ahead and read some more stuff. Abby Watkins says, Render, what's your favourite colour? Blue is my favourite colour. Blue is my favourite colour. It used to be red, but now it's blue. I do want to go ahead and jump in game though. Just so you guys can see what we've done so far, or what I did, you know, off time. I went ahead and made all the guards and made those NPCs. But I wanted to show you guys right now. Jennifer Montgomery says, hello, Final Render. I have just started watching. How much longer will you be streaming today? We will be streaming for another hour and 40 minutes today. Streaming for another hour and 40 minutes. Exploit End OV says, make your character. I can't make my character, unfortunately. My character has got too many modded assets in there. Like, pretty much everything is modded. Like, the hair is modded, the skin is modded, the eyes are modded. Everything in my main character is modded. So, I can't make an exact replica of my character, unfortunately. That's one thing I'm not going to be happy about with 76, that I'll have to become attached to a new character again. And, you know, I've spent a long time crafting my character, so it'll be kind of sad in a way to try to become attached to a new character. But, hey, is what it is. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump into our Diamond City right here. One thing I did think about doing was making it so that you had to pay to get into the city. You had to pay like 1,000 caps or something to get through the first toll gate, which I think is believable. And if we can work out how to make the vendors and stuff, well, we have to work out how to make the vendors, then I'll make it so that you have to buy a key for like 1,000 caps just to get in to the upper city. Because that's something I think they would do. Now, what else are people saying, though? The Donkey Gamer says, oh my god, thanks for giving me a shout-out. Did I?